If you are using the volume profile in TradingView with its default settings, then you are missing quite a lot of important information. And that's why in today's video I want to show you how to set up the volume profile in TradingView properly. So, if you want to use the volume profile in TradingView, you first need to purchase their plan. The essential one is enough, it's quite a reasonable price, and it will allow you to use their volume profile, as you can see right here. So let me now go to the TradingView and show you how to set it up properly. Now, the first volume profile that I want to show you is called fixed range volume profile. It's my most favorite volume profile in TradingView. So you click indicators and you write fixed range volume profile. As you can see, I already have it in here in my favorites. If you click this star right here, it will also add this to your favorites, and then you'll be able to find it in here among the favorite indicators. See, fixed range volume profile. What I recommend is clicking this button on the left side of your screen, and if you click this little arrow here, then it will allow you to mark it as a favorite in here, fixed range volume profile, see, and if you mark it as a favorite here, then it will allow you to use it from this hotbar right here, which I think is very, very handy. So let me do that. Let me click the volume profile here and drag it over this area in the chart. Now, the reason why I said that this is my most important volume profile in TradingView is because you can move it around the chart and it will show you the volumes in that area that you are interested in. So that's why it's my favorite volume profile here. Let me now show you how to set it up properly. So if you click the indicator and then right click it, go to settings, then you want to set it like this. The first setting should be number of rows, and then very, very important thing, maybe the most important thing from this whole video, is the row size. I have it at 1000. By default it's, I think, only 100. So if we set it to 100, you can see that the profile now is way less detailed, right? If I set it, for example, to 10, it will be even more apparent. See, that's why I have it 1000. So it's detailed like this. Now, another thing the volume profile has by default is this scheme, up and down volume. Looks like this, gives you two colors. Essentially, this is supposed to tell you where buyers were active and where sellers were active by showing you those two colors. But in fact, there's no telling if those guys marked as blue and yellow are buyers or sellers. So this is just a thing that makes the profile look fancy, but in fact, it's no use at all. So that's why I have the setting like this, saying total, and it shows the total volume. Okay? The next thing is the value area volume. You can leave it at 70 or 68, doesn't really matter too much. And there's one little cool thing here, which says extend right. If you click it, then it will extend the profile to right. As you can see, it is anchored to the right side of the chart. And the cool thing is that as the chart progresses and as the price moves, this will move as well. So the volumes will always show the current volumes without you needing to move the profile all the time, right? So this is a cool thing to have, but if you want to look only into specific areas, then you want to have that off so it doesn't extend to the right side of the chart, okay? So that's that. And coming to the style section, in here there are a couple of things that you can adjust yourself. Those are the colors of all the lines and of the volume profile. And the thing that I would like to point out here is this. I have it on because it shows the point of control. That's the red line you can see here. A point of control, in other words, is the place where the volumes were the heaviest. So it's handy to have that on your chart. You can also have the value area high and value area low. Those two lines. In my trading, I don't use value areas, so I have that off, but there are many people who trade with volume profile and who use those value areas, so I recommend those guys to have those on. And that's about it. That's how to set up the fixed range volume profile. That's how I have it. Now, the next profile that I want to show you is the periodic volume profile. So let me go to the indicators, and if you search for the periodic volume profile, it'll show up here. Again, you want to mark it as favorite, so you can find it among your favorite indicators in here. Let me now click it, okay? So periodic volume profile. Now it's by default, so it's not really visible because it prints in every candle, so looks a bit funny, but we will change that. So in here, you want to go to settings and go to the inputs, and you want to change this. I like to have that profile on a weekly period, which looks like this. And what it does is that it shows how volumes were distributed throughout the whole week. It shows the bigger picture, which I think is very, very important in volume profile trading. Then you want to adjust this setting, which says volume, and again, you want to set it to total, because we don't need any fancy colors that don't do anything, right? So set it to total, and then you want to have the rows layout set like this, as number of rows, and very, very important, the row size. You want to use a big number because you want the volume profile to be detailed, okay? As you can see, it now recalculated and is now way more detailed than it was before. Now, a cool thing here is this. By default, it shows the point of control line, but if you click this, then it will extend that point of control line until that point of control was tested, which I think is very, very handy, because it's always good to know if the heaviest volume zone from the current week was tested or no. So that's the extended point of control line, and you can do the same with the value areas. As I was saying, I'm not trading using value areas, so now obviously if you don't need to see how the volumes are distributed throughout the week, you can set it, for example, to day, and it will show how volumes were distributed each day. Those are standard daily profiles. Okay, but let me go back to the weekly, because that's how I have it. Now, coming to the style section of the settings, in here again you can set up some color schemes. You can do that yourself. Again, I recommend having the point of control line on, value areas that depend whether you trade with them or no, and that's about that. That's about the settings of this profile. You can save it in here, save it as a default, so you don't have to adjust the settings every time you open a new volume profile indicator here. Okay, so this is how I recommend using the TradingView volume profile. As you can see, it's way more detailed, way better than the default settings. If you guys are interested in learning how to trade with the volume profile, if you are interested in learning my volume profile strategies from A to Z, then I recommend visiting my website. It is at traderdale.com, and if you click this button which says Trading Course and Tools, then in here you can check out my trading education and custom-made indicators. If you are interested in the volume profile course, then you can get it in here. Okay, so that's about that. Thanks for watching. I hope that this video was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Until then, happy trading.